We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Everything that we go through, every encounter with every person we meet, every relationship or friendship we develop, all has a spiritual meaning behind the source. We attract these people based on the vibration we are currently at. You attract what you are. While we can attract good people on our vibration that help us to grow and evolve, those that fit the journey we are headed towards, in contrast, we can attract people into our lives that are a reflection of our shadow self. Our shadow self is merely the trauma, wounds, and attributes of ourself that needs to be healed. Not healing these parts of ourselves, it manifests as stress, and that stress affects your mind, body, and soul. Now, how does this manifest into our being? First, the stress from our troubled past and traumas we've endured over the course of our lives, if not dealt with properly, will affect your mind. It will alter the chemicals in your brain, resulting in an imbalance in your brain structure. Medically, your brain is at a chemical imbalance. This is why people suffer from mental health disorders. When the brain is affected, it alters your perception of the world. It alters your reactions. It alters your behaviors. It alters your way of thinking. This affects everything else in your life because everything starts in the mind. While your mind and perception is altered, this inherently affects your discernment. So you will make decisions based on surviving, based on the ego, based off of wants and not based off of needs. We can want something or think we want it because our head is so clouded that our judgment has been flawed. But because we want something for that moment does not mean we need it. The ego is about instant gratification. I want it and I want it now. So we essentially settle for less than what we deserve because we can get what we want now, but it turns out to cause more harm than good. Reacting from our soul, we will have patience to get what we need. There will be sacrifice in how quickly it comes to us, but something that valuable is worth the wait. Let's discuss relationships, for example. There is this person around in our lives that we attracted into our life or was once previously in our life. This person fulfilled what our ego wanted: the appearance, the status, the wealth, the materials, the satisfying cravings. All of these are ego-based desires, but does not fulfill us on a soul level. When a person is in the mindset of the ego, they will do whatever it takes to get what they want, being with someone for ulterior motives, to get something out of it, to get something we want right away, but not for the sake of growing and evolving as a person. Relationships like this are very easygoing. It is enabling the stagnancy and gives you what you want. Now, although you feel satisfied for the moment, your soul is left feeling unfulfilled. Now, is all that really worth it? You want better, or do you want to stay in the same cycle? Wanting better requires a new version of you. People get into relationships that are based on satisfying the ego, and these relationships are a karmic connection. These are soul contracts attracted to these as well. But the lesson is to evolve from your ego and move into your soul, into Christ consciousness, to better align with a partner that fits your future, not your past, that fits your soul, not your ego. You will notice in relationships like these, you may not always act like yourself. You may have some unhealed, toxic traits that come up because their energy is rubbing off on you. You do become the people that you hang around. Now, how does this affect your body? Well, that goes back to the stress. Stress shows up on your body in several different ways. And you may notice that being in a relationship with this person, you have bodily issues that you haven't really had before, but they seem to spark once this person is in your life. These issues are not a coincidence when you are involved with a karmic partner. The partner is what stresses you out. And if you have left this partner and you notice that those problems have started to go away, then that is a clear indication that the person you were with caused you so much stress, which showed up on your body. Which is ironic that all of the stress shows up on your body while theirs seems to be unaffected. Yeah, it's a little funny to realize this now, because those that cause others stress are fine because they get the joy out of bringing stress to another. These issues will persist as long as that person is in your life. Once you cut the ties, the problems will fade. We've gone over the mind altering and the body altering. And now, how does this affect you on a soul level? When it affects your soul first, it affects your chakras. It will damage your root all the way up to your crown. As it affects your root chakra, you are ungrounded, not fully aligned with your soul and your body. It as if you are unplugged from yourself. Now your ego is at the forefront controlling it all, and your ego will do what looks good and what feels good to the world, but will leave your soul feeling unfulfilled. It completely disconnects you from yourself. So instead of feeling, I am my soul, you instead feel, I am my ego. When it affects your sacral and solar plexus, this will alter how you feel, giving you feelings of unworthiness, lack of motivation, lack of drive. So this will affect what you do or don't do. This is where the stagnancy comes in. It will prevent you from moving forward in your life because you are not doing what your soul feels called to do, because you are operating from your ego, not your soul. Motivation, worthiness, and drive is a feeling to have deep within you. If that feeling is missing or not connected to you, it causes difficulty to act on them. Now, this relationship is keeping you from your higher self, so it is merely a distraction. If you want to evolve, get away from them. Next, this affects your heart chakra. The heart chakra is a center. When that is affected, it changes your feelings of love and perception of love, causing you to have the love that you give and receive to be conditional, not unconditional. When you conditionally love yourself, you only feel loved by doing things for others, and you will begin people pleasing in order to feel worthy of love. As you conditionally love yourself, you will conditionally love others, including this partner you are with. You will only feel worthy of their love by doing things for them. All of the attention and energy is on satisfying them and pleasing them to receive love. This will leave you feeling empty because you are giving all of this love, but receiving very little in return. Or you are going out of your way to show your love to a person instead of being that love. Next, this affects your throat chakra. This will change how you speak to yourself and to others. It will cause you to not use your real voice, your soul's voice, but your ego's voice will be the one speaking most likely. Ever notice you may say some things you don't mean or isn't aligned with what you feel? That is a throat chakra blockage. Another blockage in the throat chakra will cause you to not speak up at all. It will literally steal your voice away so you are left speechless. This is sabotaging yourself and your growth. In order to clear this, speaking affirmations, gratitude daily will help activate that throat chakra. And speaking your truth, even if your voice shakes or your body trembles, will unblock. You owe it to yourself to speak your truth. Now we have our last two chakras, your third eye and your crown. Your third eye is your intuition. When there is a blockage, there, then it will cloud your discernment on trusting your intuition. This will cause you to listen to the wrong voice. You may also feel your intuition informing you on things, but the trust will not be as strong, and you will move towards what your ego tells you to do. This will also affect how you see things. Something could be very toxic right in front of you, but because your vision is so clouded, you cannot see clearly that this is not meant for you or serving your highest good. Lastly, it affects your crown chakra. So your level of understanding is now altered, and you will look at things from a smaller lens rather than a much broader one. Also, as your soul is affected, it keeps your vibration low, and you will continue to be in a constant repetitive cycle that goes around in circles but does not help you to evolve. These relationships happen when your ego self is attracted to another person's ego self. What bothers you about them is something you also do. It is what your egos have in common. Soul level partners are true partners because your souls feel drawn to each other, and you do not have to become anyone but yourself. Ego-based relationships cause you to be someone you are not. It causes you to dim your own light to make the other person comfortable. These relationships are like a drug addiction. You can't get away from them, but you know deep down you should. You feel this way because your ego is so plugged into the world that this is what you feel you need in your life, when in reality, you need it for the lessons to grow as a soul, but not to evolve with them. These relationships are seasonal, and once you are connected to your higher self and other relationships start to show in your life, that is an indication to move towards something new, something that will help push you into living your higher self. It will be uncomfortable at first, but it will be worth it in the end. Do not stay in toxic relationships for the sake of comfortability. Do not sacrifice your own soul fulfillment for instant gratification. Do not stay with someone because you think it will please outsiders. Please yourself first. Be with someone that adds value to your life and pushes you to be greater. Do not settle for someone that is okay with staying the same. Do not settle for someone who adds more stress to your life than taking it away. Be with someone that puts your needs before their own. Do not settle for someone that is in your life for their own convenience. Step out of your comfort zone. Take your power back. Take a leap of faith.